Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of John Matrixx Talks Movies. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me. Today, Lucasfilm has given us more answers to questions we didn't even want to answer. We're talking about Han Solo and his name. Now if you watch the movie Solo, you find out that Han got his name from an Imperial officer at the Imperial Navy recruiting station. And Han Solo gave his name just as Han. And the officer asked him, your family name, your people's name. Han says he doesn't have any people. So the Imperial officer thinks for a second and gives him the name Solo. So thus, Han Solo. Now, a lot of people did not like that in the movie. I hated it because we're all wondering, why in the world would Han Solo, why would he keep that name if he got it from an Imperial officer? I never understood that. And I got this article off of Screen Rant, and apparently Disney and Lucasfilm are going to answer more in depth about the name Solo. Now they're coming out with a new comic book actually. It's written by Robbie Thompson and Leonard Kirk. It's called Han Solo, Imperial Cadet Comic Series. Now if you remember watching Solo when he goes to the recruiting station, the comic book actually follows his first days in the academy as an Imperial soldier. Now we all know that Han, he has a smart mouth and everything like that, and his unit gets into trouble and they start picking on him about his name, and it looks like he gets into a fight. There's a clip here, and I will leave the link to this article in the description. And just looking at this, it's almost like a Batman comic, it seems. No, but in here it does say Solo. The Navy gave you that stupid last name so everyone would know that you don't have any people. Now, it looks like the Imperial officer gave him that name as an insult. Now, the first thing that came to mind was Game of Thrones. I got the feeling that the Solo name is kind of like the name Snow or Sand in Game of Thrones. And we all know, if you watch Game of Thrones, that Snow or Sand, those are bastard names. So this is very, very similar. So the meaning of Solo doesn't necessarily just mean alone. It means more like an outcast, that you have nobody, you have no people, that kind of thing. So if Han is actually given this name as an insult, it really just makes me think even more that, man, the Han Solo that we know would never keep this name, because it was an insult. It wasn't that, hey, he just needed a name just to get into the academy and he liked the name. No, this is going, I guess this comic strip is going into more depth as to why this name is just really a complete insult to him. Lucasfilm is just doing it again. They're giving us answers to questions that we didn't even ask. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. So I'm assuming that they're going to kind of try to make it to where Han Solo keeps this name as like a badge of honor to remind himself of the struggles and the hardships that he went through. Now, we do know one thing about Solo. We did get, I don't know if a lot of people caught on to this, Han Solo knows who his father was. So he wasn't necessarily, I think, abandoned by his parents, because I believe in the movie he said that his father worked on the ships, the Imperial ships or something like that. So he knows his father. So he wasn't a complete orphan per se. We don't know what happened to his parents. but we do know that Han did know his father. So I don't know why he didn't get a name from his father, or he didn't. Maybe his father didn't have a last name. I don't really know. I don't know the culture of the people there, because Kira, she was there. We don't know her last name either. I just wouldn't put so much importance on Han Solo's name. To me, it is just a complete waste of time. How do you guys feel about that? Do you really think it's important that Han Solo really had a name and the meaning behind his name? Because we all know he pretty much comes from nothing, and it doesn't matter. He could have just been Han Solo. That's it. When the movie came out in 1977, nobody was questioning, I'm wondering how he got the name Han Solo. I'm really wondering. How did Lando Calrissian get his name? Is Lando even his real name? Actually, I don't think Lando is Lando's real name. I think in the new canon now, Disney just messing with stuff that doesn't need to be messed with. I think Lando's name is actually, it's like Landassus or something like that. I don't remember. But I just think now they're just doing more damage to the Star Wars legacy and the legacy characters by doing things like this. That scene with Han Solo getting his name in Solo: A Star Wars Story, it should have been cut. It was unimportant. Very unimportant. Now, they have a whole extended comic book now about this. So this comic book is going to take place starting with the scene where he actually goes into the academy, I guess going to 3 years later when we actually see him on the battlefield in battle. So it's just a waste of time. Disney, Lucasfilm, we don't want to know more about his name. We really don't. He's just Han Solo. That's it. We didn't need to see him get a name, and just having an Imperial name him and him keeping that name made absolutely no sense. But anyway, how do you guys feel about all this? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.